Stay where you're laying. Don't make a sound. I know they're watching. They're watching all the commotion.
Hey everybody, it's the top of the hour. That means you got a couple more minutes. It's a comedy show. It's a comedy theater. Even when we're streaming, we don't start on time. We got to keep you acclimated to the old ways. So when things open up again, you're not used to things starting on time. Go ahead and grab yourself a snack. Get something to drink. Share out the link with your friends and family not already in the streams. Body Pozi Comedy will begin in about 2.5 minutes.
Ahead while I'm driving. I'm driving. Soft lips are open. Knuckles are pale. Feels like you're dying. You're dying. Your sex is on fire. And soon, with what's to transpire, hot as a fever, rattling bones. I can just taste it. Taste it. If it's not forever, if it's just a night, oh, it's still the greatest, the greatest, the greatest. Your sex is on fire. And your sex is on fire. To transpire, and your sex is on fire.
Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Body Pozi Comedy. Please welcome to your screen your host, Derek Dozier.
Good evening, all you out there in internet land. Thank you for tuning in to the Body Pozi Comedy Show. I wanted to do this show because with the body positive hashtag, I wanted to embody a whole comedy show that included people of color, trans people, queer people, people with physical disabilities, everything that it could mean. Your body is beautiful. Your experience is beautiful. All the weird shit that you have experienced in your life about your body, that's all neat, and bring that to our show. Thank you for coming. My name is Derek Dozier. I am a medium brown human being. The medium brown human being you're seeing right now came to exist because two prison guards fell madly in love. Two prison guards loved each other so much, they decided, let's make a little brown kid to hate at home, you know? They're good at their work and wanted to bring some home with them, you know, dedicated to the craft. I wasn't in jail a long time personally, but I was in jail just long enough to learn that if I could convince a skinhead to eat a morsel of food from my hand, that neo-Nazi would roll right over and show me his belly, you know? I can make him a really good boy if I could get him to eat from my hand. I grew up around a lot of white people. I grew up around a lot of white people who would never say the word nigger, but they would often talk about how You know, Derek, white people didn't invent slavery. Africans had slaves. You know, a lot of white people were trying to convince me that the problem with slavery was the idea, not the application, you know? Like the issue with slavery is it's monkey see, monkey do. You know, the Europeans just went down to Africa and they saw the black guys enslaving each other. And Derek, you know that black guys are just so cool. We see what they're doing and we copy it. We can't resist. We got to do what they're doing. It's their fault, not ours. You know, we'll copy anything. Anything. I want to help the police, personally. I would like to help the police, and I think what we need is more social workers. We need more social workers to answer every police call, okay? So what I would propose would be the Abuela program, okay? This is the grandmother program, where every police call is joined by a woman, a person who identifies as a woman over the age of 50 who answers every police call, and she's there for advice. She also holds all the guns. You know, she keeps all of the guns, and the police have to check in with Abuela. They have to check in, Nana, can you give us the guns? And she'll say, is it an unarmed teenager running away from you? You know you can't shoot any unarmed more teenagers running away. You know, I think that little bit of advice, that little bit of support would go a long way. I don't hunt, personally. I'm not a hunter. You know, I'm a soft indoor kid. I sing musicals, I braid hair, I like to cook. You know, I'm a hippie, atheist, high school dropout with a criminal record. I'm a non-binary, bisexual, cross-dressing stoner. The few people that really want to fuck me, the few people that are like really into me are so upset to realize I hate astrology. Can't stand it. I don't want to hear any astrology. No crystals for me, okay? I think the police in the US, I think the police have become a bit of a religion, you know? And I'm coming out here and now today as a blue line atheist. You know, I think the cops, if they need a code of protecting, if the cops need to lie for each other, and if the law enforcement needs to separate from the community and protect themselves from the community, then they're protecting themselves from the people, the other. And we're the people. That's us. That's us, the community. You know, I don't want to be the enemy. I want us to be one community with the police, you know? I don't want them scared of us. I don't want to be the bad guy, you know? The police are kind of like an abusive father, you know? They'll hit you, you know, but they'll also hit you and make you taste blood for telling anyone they hit you, you know? It's that like punishment for, hey, you better shut the fuck up. Don't tell me when I hit you, you piece of shit. Just like dad, you know, we hold on to hope and we beg, Dad, you can be better. We believe in you. They don't want to hear that. I want to leave y'all with a piece of advice. You know, I know it's gotten harder for white people to do impressions. So I want to help you, white people. I want to help impressions for the 2020 year, you know? Instead of doing your black guy voice, why don't you try on Mike Tyson? You know, it's a cute way to just be particular. Just pick one black person and do an impression of them. Instead of doing Japanese voice, do George Takei. It's okay, George Takei. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Up next is my good friend and our usual host of the Body Positive Comedy Show, Dan Smith. Please give it up for our sweetest, our friend, my friend and yours, Dan Smith.
Thank you, Derek, very much. Thank you. Wonderful to be here.
No, please don't. No.
Oh, okay. I am Dan the Can't Stand Up comedian. And for all of you that can't tell from this little box that I'm in, just so you know that I'm not making fun of people in wheelchairs for the next 5 minutes, I'm in a wheelchair. I've been in a chair for my whole life. I have a birth defect called spina bifida. There's 3 different types of spina bifida. There's occulta, meningocele, and myelomeningocele. Now, myelomeningocele is the most severe form, and that's the form I have. Because I've always said, if you're gonna commit to something for your whole fucking life, really commit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like telling people though that I have myelomeningocele because it doesn't sound like I have a disability. It sounds like I have a ninja seal. And my ninja seal's name is Milo. I'm just kidding now. So I was born in a wheelchair. Okay, I was eventually born in a wheelchair. That would have sucked for my mom. Leaving little tiny tire tracks going to rage on the way out. Ugh. Although in my defense, I was a really quick birth. I mean, once the doctor finished building the ramp, I just shot right out. Now, I hope you all are doing well tonight. I'll tell you, I'm a little cranky. This morning, my eggs were runny. And I tell you, I really hate runny eggs because I don't appreciate it when my breakfast tries to show me up. I'm going to tell you, being in a chair, it's not so bad most of the time. But I'm going to tell you the one biggest fuck you in all of society to people in wheelchairs specifically, it's posted outside of every goddamn elevator. It's that little sign. In case of fire, use stairs. Yeah. Right below that, there needs to be another little sign with a picture of me on fire. It says management not responsible for barbecued cripples. No, don't worry. I can say the C word. You can't, but I can. Yeah, that's our N word. When I was growing up, my biggest dream was to compete in the Paralympics someday. I never got there as an athlete, but I did go as a spectator one time. I tell you, it was really cool to see all those sports being played live at such a high level. There was basketball. That's my favorite. I love basketball. There was track and field, which is cool, but hurdles look like a headache, getting slapped in the head every 100 yards. And then there was swimming. That's just tragic, though. No, you can't swim in a wheelchair. That's just Olympic drowning. I'm sober. I'm 18 months sober now. Thank you. I had to quit drinking though because if I had gotten one more DUI in this thing, my wheels were gonna get impounded. Talk about a pub crawl. I tell you, I am having a little bit of a hard time with it. You know, all those meetings, they're down in the basement of some old church. They're all 12-step programs. The worst though is when people tell me I should try non-alcoholic beer. And they say that's like getting the flavor and the feel of a beer without the guilt. Yeah, that's like snorting a line of Coke for the flavor and the feel of a nosebleed. My wife and I just celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. Thank you. People still ask me, is your wife also in a wheelchair? No, my wife's not in a wheelchair. She has a fetish for them. My lady likes her role play. I'm hoping I did about 5 minutes. I forgot to set my timer, but that's all I'm going to do.
Thank you so much.
I can't hear you.
No? Well, great. I'm glad we're trying this and asking.
Can you hear me now, sweet Dan?
Little bit, not really.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's a little low.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just
I can
not
hear
as loud
you.
as before.
Yeah, you're just really far away. You're really quiet.
not that bad. Just not as loud as before. But
Can you hear me?
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. Thank you for your patience on this Body Pozi comedy and this very intentional and scripted bit about not being able to use a microphone. Thank you for your patience with that scripted bit. And please welcome to our Body Pozi stage for the third time, one of my dearest and sweetest friends, an improviser, doctor, one of two doctors we'll have on tonight. Please give your love to Jesse Gould.
Headphone switch. How's everyone doing?
Yay!
Woo. All right. So, as an overweight person, my biggest fear in life is that I don't know that I'm pregnant. Have you like heard those stories of like the woman didn't know she was pregnant? And I've heard enough of those that I just assume it happens all the time. So like every time I've got bad cramps or like bad diarrhea, I'm like, this is it. I'm having the baby. But so I think people that meticulously decorate cookies don't eat as many cookies as me. So this pandemic has made it really hard for me to imagine ever wearing a bra again. I also already had shopping anxiety, so this hasn't been helping at all. But bras were always a pain anyway, because as a fat person, they assume you have really big boobs, but I have regular person boobs, so it's very hard to find bras that fit me. I think people that meticulously decorate cupcakes don't eat as many cupcakes as me. So I like to make friends and organize activities. I used to play sports, and then when I got too fat, I got into improv. I used to think that maybe I'd want to join a church, but I couldn't, because the first time I ever went to church, I sat through the service and I stood in line for that cookie, and the priest didn't give it to me. And you can't deny a fat kid a cookie and expect them to go to church. But yeah, I'm an atheist. You know what? Atheism is actually really hard. I have to take responsibility for all of my own actions. Right. I think people that meticulously decorate wedding cakes don't eat as many wedding cakes as I do. And I'm going to leave you with a few things I've learned in this pandemic. First, you can literally make anything in a microwave. In fact, that's why they were created, I found out. Second, no one...
Oh my God, dogs.
No one is actually creeping around your home at night. That $700 security camera bill was not worth it. And third, no matter how much you think you need that 20-pound sack of flour, you're still going to get takeout before you make your own bread. Thank you so much. I've been Jesse Gould.
Thank you so much, Jesse Gould. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Up next is our first Canadian on the show. I had the pleasure of seeing Sophia and doing a workshop with her. It's my pleasure to introduce to you, on the first time on the Body Pozi Comedy Show, Sophia Sazi.
Unmute yourself.
Oh. Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So, I'm Sophia. I have a chronic condition called IBS, which is made up. It's not real. BS is right in the name, so, you know, but what it stands for is irritable bowel syndrome, which super sexy name, I know. Basically, my symptoms are a Pepto-Bismol commercial, you know, like nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Or as I like to call it, just another Tuesday, you know, but without all the singing and dancing. So, and the reason I think that IBS really isn't real is because there doesn't seem to be any set food that triggers it. It's like trying to feed a toddler. Like one day it'll just be like, I'm hungry, I want peaches, I want them now. And then the next day it'll be like, I hate peaches, they're stupid, I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, what do you want from me? But it does give me a good excuse not to eat healthy, because I'll just be like, you know what? I can't have that salad today. My body just really needs pizza and ice cream right now. I'm really trying to listen to my body. My body's a temple, so. It does make social situations kind of awkward. Like I've had some bathroom issues at some inopportune times, but I'm getting used to it. Like, you know, I'm that drunk person at a party that throws up, passes out, and then just gets back up and is like, let's go, I'm ready, party on, dudes. I'll be at a dinner party and I'll just have raging diarrhea in the bathroom, come back to the table like, let's go, let's eat dessert. No problem. And traveling is really fun, you know, like most people have nice memories of places they've been to. And I'm like, oh yeah, the London train station. I had diarrhea there. Yeah. Mind the gap, am I right? Or like, I'll be like, oh, the Eiffel Tower, that was a good day. I had a good poop that day. Yeah. And honestly though, IBS is whatever, but the worst part about it is the constant bloating of my stomach. And it kind of like messes with my mind a little bit and just really puts a focus on my body insecurities, and it'll be like, is this IBS or stress? Am I pregnant or fat? And my anxiety will be like, have you considered that it's all of them? And have you tried being really depressed about it? Oh, good. Thank you for bringing that up. My body issues are always amplified because I seem to be this weird body size that I'm kind of like an awkward in between skinny and fat, where I'm like too fat to shop at H&M, but I'm too small to shop at plus size stores. So I guess I'm just like the forgotten middle child of body positivity. Like I just can't clothes anywhere.
No.
And it makes shopping really, really hard. Like some places I'll be a small and sometimes I'll be an extra large and I'll just never know what I'm gonna get. It's like a fun game of roulette, but with my body insecurities. I'll be like, what do we do today at the mall? Will I find a shirt that kind of fits? Or will I cry in this change room? Like it's a rush, I don't know. And so it makes shopping for clothes really awkward. It's annoying, but I recently found out that my body is called mid-sized, which at first sounded empowering. Yeah, I'm mid-sized. And then I realized it made me sound like the SUV of people. Like, don't compare me to a mom car. Like, no, like, oh, you know, you're not as sexy as those sleek sports models, but you fit everyone's needs and you have a really good trunk. Well, it's not wrong. So, and you know, it's really weird that I just can't find my size anywhere. I'm just not depicted in the media. Sometimes I just feel like I'm like not even human. And then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm not human. Maybe the fashion industry treats me like a mythical creature because I am one. Half woman, half horse or something. And that's what girls have been trying to tell me my whole life when they talk about my body. Like, oh, Sophia, you're not fat. You're just really curvy. You just have like nice big muscles. You just have a big butt. You have nice long thick hair. I want to braid it. Can you pull this carriage? Like the signs were there, you know? Pay attention. And that's why I can't find pants that fit anywhere, because they just won't fit over my tail. So I guess all along, it wasn't me who had to change. It's just society that's just not accommodating to all mythical creatures. Well, I get it now. So everyone out there with an invisible chronic condition or a disability or body issues, you're not weird. You're just a mythical, fictional creature, and that's okay. That's my time, everyone. Thank you.
Sophia, thank you. I relate a lot. I also have IBS, but you're a better comic than me because I have no bits about it. It's just a thing. Again, a first timer on the Body Pozi Comedy Show. We have up next. Please give a warm welcome to Deb Dix.
Hello. Hello. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me? Okay. Okay. So just the first things first, I have dogs, and they're in the same room with me. And when I say dogs, I mean like dogs. Like I like a lot of dogs. So they might bark at any minute. I've grown accustomed to it just because they do it a lot. And when they see me doing something that doesn't include them, they like to make noise. And I can't, like, there's nowhere I can go in the house to get away from them because I have to stay close. I take care of my 89-year-old aunt, so I have to stay close to her. So, so if things could go awry, is what I'm saying. Anyway, my name is Demetria Dixon. I go by Dim Dix because it sounds nasty. That's basically no Dim. It's just the first 3 letters of my first name and the first 3 letters of my last name. It's just Dim Dix. It just sounds sexy, like because everybody loves Dim Dix. Like, just like the only Dim Dix lesbians love. So there you go. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. Thank y'all for having me. I've been working on my set all day, and I don't have notes, so I'm going to try to wing it. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're just going to go with what we got. I am, I'm having trouble in this pandemic with just the risk that people are taking. Like nobody wants to wear a mask, and they're like, hey, we're not social distancing. And I am an avid social distancer. Like I am social like even after the pandemic's over, like I think I want to keep social distancing. Like I feel like people should be like 6 feet away from me at all times. Like that's just the way we should live from now on. And so I'm having a hard time because like a man literally tried to roll up on me, I guess to date or something. Like we were at the Walmart and he just rolled up and I'm like, sir, you need to roll back. You need to roll back. I will spray you in the face with this Lysol. And people hear me say that and they don't even care about the man and his spreader ways. All they want to know is where did I get the Lysol from? Mm-hmm. And I didn't have Lysol. It's just made up for the joke. I didn't have it. There is no Lysol. No Lysol was harmed in the making of that joke. It's just men. But he literally he rolled up and he was close. And I was like, no, sir, you roll back. I was like, anything you want to say to me, you can say from 6 feet away, or I don't need to hear it. Roll back. Because I feel like dating, I'm like just not ready for dating because I feel like dating is going to lead to people wanting to have sex. And I feel like that's going to be hard from like 6 feet away. So I'm like, sir, unless your penis is 6 feet, 6 inches long, I got nothing for you. And even if it is 6 feet, 6 inches long, you still need to be able to chunk it like a spear. Like, and have it land with pinpoint accuracy. Like center mass in the cooch. Like if that's not something you can do, then like there's really not a conversation that we need to have. Like that's just like I just don't really want to talk about it, you know, because I'm really trying to practice this social distancing, and part of it is because of COVID, and part of it is because I'm getting older. And as you get older, your body changes. It changes, and like so stuff that used to droop doesn't droop, and stuff that didn't droop is drooping now. And that's cool. And I contemplated plastic surgery, but then I remembered I was poor. I was like, well, no, I can't do plastic surgery, so I'm gonna have to just come to terms, go internal and do some interior work on myself. And what I learned, and this isn't even really a joke, what I learned is that if you don't fix the interior, it doesn't matter what you look like. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter how you feel. You can change the outside, but if you don't love who you are on the inside, It's not going to matter what you look like on the outside. And that's kind of my takeaway from that, you know, and I have to lean into that because, like I said, I've given up bras for the foreseeable future. I've disavowed them. I've burned them all, and not in a sexual revolution kind of way.
Yes.
But just in a, I give up. Fuck them. Let's be done with them. I'm like, if you're gonna love me, you're gonna love how my nipples drag the ground when I walk. Like, you're just gonna have to love me. That's just gonna be it. You know, like I have to come to terms with, like, hey, if I catch a nipple under a knee, I'm good. Like, I just gotta own that. It's just gotta be where I'm at in life. Because I just can't go back to bras. I just can't. Like, if I go to Walmart, I'm like, hey, sir, stop looking at the hem of my dress. Yes, it's a nipple. You act like you've never seen one before. Eyes up here. Eyes up here. You know, and so, and I'm single, you know, I probably will stay that way considering my thoughts on the pandemic. I'm also Black. I didn't know if you got that, you know, from like seeing me. So I just thought I'd, you know, point that out to you. I've been Black for a while. It's pretty problematic some days. Just because, you know, like, racism's back in a big way. You know, if you've heard or seen. I mean, it's never really gone, but it's just kind of really out there. You know, with President Trump failing to disavow white supremacy, you know, and doing his thing. And so he came up with, like, the Platinum Plan, like, to help Black people. He just came up with the Platinum Plan, which I think he's just gaslighting us. I think he just decided to call it platinum because he's like, Black people love shiny shit. You see the teeth and the jewelry? They love it. Just call it the Platinum Plan. They'll join in. Just call it that. And he did get quite a few rappers, so maybe there's something to that. And, like, I'm be honest, I don't know that much about the Platinum Plan. I don't know what's in it. Well, the only thing that I do know is in it is like he was gonna make Juneteenth a holiday. I personally thought Juneteenth already was a holiday. So obviously I have my finger on the pulse of current events. But I did. But here's my problem with Juneteenth. It doesn't have anything to do with Trump necessarily. My problem with Juneteenth is, why is there even a Juneteenth? Like, I don't understand why there is one, because I don't understand why it took 2 years for people in Texas to find it, because that's where I'm at in Texas. And I don't know why it took 2 years for people in Texas to learn about Juneteenth. It shouldn't have taken that long. Yeah. Like, they had the Pony Express. Like, they would literally send your mail with people on ponies, and they would get it to you in 2 weeks to a month. So why did it take 2 years for us to find out about Juneteenth? Like, I don't understand. Like, who did they send? Who did they send to talk about Juneteenth? Did they send, like, a guy, like, they were like, hey, you kid riding the turtle, you, come here. Let me bend your ear for a tick. I got a job for you, kid. What's your name, kid? Jim? Jim's your name? Come here, Jim. Got a job for you. I want you to take your turtle. I want you to go to every state that has slaves in it. And I want you to tell that state to let the Negroes go. Just let them go. You hear me, Jim? All right, Jim. So you good with that? Just ride the turtle. Tell them. Like, who you gonna tell? Just tell the first white person you see. I'm sure they'll tell the rest of them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just tell them. And Jim, like, and I feel like Jim's riding a turtle. He doesn't have a sense of urgency. Jim's not in a hurry. Jim's gonna be doing lollygagging. He's gonna be doing all kind of bullshit. He's gonna be at the Grand Canyon, staring pensively out, contemplating the meaning of life. He's gonna be over taking daguerreotypes at the Hoover Dam. Like, pew, pew, pew. Like selfies of old. He's gonna be, you know, knocking a few back with Samuel Adams. You know, just all kind of bullshit that's not letting us know that slavery is over. He's gonna be doing everything. Like, if it was a movie, it'd be like a long ass montage of Jim doing all kinds of bullshit that isn't setting us free. But I feel like Jim wasn't alone. I feel like Jim was just like part of a bigger conspiracy by Texas. Like, I feel like, because it should have taken, like, Juneteenth should have been like February 14th. Like, Valentine's Day should have been like, hey, all the Negroes are free now day. And not Valentine's Day. But it took so long, and it shouldn't have taken 2 years. It should have been like February 14th at the most. So I feel like Texas was probably complicit as well. I feel like it got to Texas in like 2 weeks, like a month, it got to Texas. But it was just stuck under like that lazy employee's desk. Everybody knows the lazy employee, the person who doesn't do anything. They just lose stuff, they can't find it, and you get in trouble for it, that employee. And I feel like the president's like, hey, I'm going to be going to the theater later this year. I just need to see where we are on this slavery thing. Like, are the slaves free? What's happening with that? Well, I don't know, Mr. President. Well, we'll get them on the horn. I can't do accents, so everybody sounds like everybody else, and probably somebody's going to sound like Barack Obama at some point, because that's the only accent I can kind of do. But I do them for everybody, and it's not really even me trying. It's just he sneaks out every now and again. And it's like, so let's get him on the horn. And by the way, I know that my chronological historical situation is totally wrong, and probably none of these things existed, but we're gonna lower our expectations and suspend our reality. So we're doing it. All right, so let's get him on the horn. Let's talk to him. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, this is Texas. Bob speaking. How can I help you? Sure. Who's this? President Lincoln? This is not President Lincoln. Jim Bob, you get off this phone with this shit. Jim Bob. Like, oh, it is you, President Lincoln? My bad. So what can I do you for? So what's that you say? The what? The Emancipation Proclamation? Well, what's that? Oh, you're gonna free the slaves? Are you sure that's what you want to do? No, my bad. That's you, like, you're down, do your thing, my bad. All right, well, let me check, because I haven't seen it here. So let me ask some of the other employees. Sue, there's just one other employee. Sue. Yes, Bob. Sue, I've got the president on the line. No, not Jeff Davis, the other one, like the real one. He's on the line. And he wants to know if we've gotten like the Emancipation Proclamation. He said it's like it's about yay long, and it has the Emancipation Proclamation across the front. Like, no, Bob, I haven't seen it. But let me check. I'll look. Oh my goodness, Bob, here it is. It's under my issue of Buckboard Monthly. My bad. Like, who can we get to go? Well, what is this thing? Bob, have you seen this thing? Well, no, Sue, I haven't seen it because it's been on your desk for 2.5 years. So, what you know they want to free the slaves, Bob? Yep, that's what the president said. They want to free the slaves. Like, are they sure that's what they want to do? Well, they say they know what they're doing. So, who are we gonna get on it? We're gonna get like who can we send out to do it? Like, well, let's get that kid that rides the turtle. Let's get him to do it. All right, that's my time.
Woo! Damn, Diggs.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love that. That's great.
Thank you.
I specifically requested, a good Emancipation Act out, and you brought it. Thank you for that.
That's what I'm here for. The Emancipation Act out.
Thank you. Where are you from? Where
I'm
are
from
you?
Texas. I actually live in Texas.
Okay, Texas. First Texas comedian. Thank you for being out there in Texas on the Body Pozi Comedy Show.
Well, it's my pleasure. That was fun.
Thank you. Up next is the sweetest Chinese doctor immigrant that's doing stand-up comedy on this show. Dr. Lee escaped brutal, tyrannical China to come to brutal, tyrannical America. Welcome, Dr. Lee. I love you. Please follow him on Twitter. Do yourself a favor. He's constantly giving stuff on Instagram, sharing his mind and his thoughts. And Dr. Lee, thank you for blessing us with your comedy. Dr. Lee, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Wow, this is fun. Yeah, what a sucker I am, right? Just fleeing China and coming here, you know? It's like life is like full circle, right? Yeah. But this is fun, right? This format is really fun. I'm literally looking at my notes. You guys can't even tell, right?
Yeah.
I can practically like reading my comedy. That's really convenient. Yeah, so this is my first Zoom show. So if you don't like it, please pretend you like it, okay? Please pretend you do. But don't hurt my feelings, okay? I'm a fucking snowflake. Don't hurt my feelings, okay? Yeah. If you dare hurt my feelings, next time I won't concede when I lose elections, okay? Yeah. But unfortunately, actually, I can't run because I'm not an American citizen, and I can't run for Chinese offices either because obviously they don't have elections. So basically, I think my talent of throwing tantrums is basically wasted. So so that's pretty fucked up. But the last election was fun, right? I think it's really fun. Like not only the loser wouldn't concede, like he's still firing people en masse, like including the Secretary of Defense. Like you're still firing people. You're a lame duck, dude. So it's like someone just signed a divorce paper and her husband is like, "Oh, honey, what's for dinner? And let's do anal tonight." Too late, motherfucker. It's too late. Yeah. But anyway, when I used to do comedy on stage and some people didn't like my Trump jokes. They're like, "You're from China. Why don't you joke about your own president? You have a fucking president of your own, right? Leave ours alone." What do you think? I don't think so. I mean, I love comedy, but I'm not ready to sacrifice my life. You know? Yeah. I don't know if you heard about anything about like Chinese prisons. Okay, they're not for faint-hearted nerds like me. Okay, like they make the inmates to work 16 hours a day to supply the American market. You know. So sometimes when my kids ask me like where Santa comes from, I'm like, I don't know where the fuck Santa lives, but I can tell you all the elves are in Chinese prisons. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that shit is tough. They make people so busy that the inmates don't even have time to fuck each other. Right? There's literally like no social life. So anyway, that topic sounds a little too sad, but I hope you guys finish the damn turkey. Yeah, I think that's the main task of Thanksgiving, right? You have to really work really hard on that damn thing. I don't know, like I don't think people should wait until 2020 to realize Thanksgiving is a bad idea. Like who came up with shit? They're like, hey guys, how do we spend the holiday? Okay, let's eat the same shit for a week, and meet some Republican uncles, and like it doesn't make sense. Personally, I don't really like any traditions. Whenever people mention something is a tradition, I'm like, I think anything that's older than 100 years should just go to hell. You think about it, like square dance. What the fuck is that? Like chess. And some like well, my wife still plays chess, so I can't say that. But but anyway, I mean even sex, you can't do it. You have to do it in a modern way, right? You can't do sex like 100 years ago. I mean, sex is an old activity. Of course, it's probably the oldest activity, maybe only after eating apples. but sex is different from the ancient world. Like right now, can you imagine having sex like without air conditioning? Right. I don't want to try that really. Just fucking kill me. I don't want to go through that kind of physical training. Maybe you should do it in the military. It's probably good for field combat or something. But I'm not doing it. Yeah. I doubt people even knew how to flirt 100 years ago. Do you think they knew how to flirt? I mean, like, I don't know. Because like, who was going to teach them? Because flirting is hard. Really, it's subtle. I learned all the lines from the movies. Okay, maybe you guys are more original, but I doubt it. I learned all the lines from movies. Like imagine if you live in a world without movies and TV shows. Like, who's going to teach you to flirt? I don't know. Like, no wonder they used to have arranged marriage. Because the kids were dumb. They don't know how to pull it out themselves, right? So you have to arrange them. Like, sometimes you hear some parents complain their kids are, kids these days, they don't know how to take care of themselves. They're like, Mom, do my laundry. Like, I was like, you should be grateful. At least your kids didn't ask you, Mom, buy me a wife. Yeah, that'll be way worse, right? Yeah, personally, I would rather cook for my kids for 20 years than having to be their fucking pimp, Yeah. I like modernity. Modernity is sometimes, feels like stressful, but, but think about it, it used to be way worse, right? Yeah, the past was way worse. That's something, we can feel good about. Yeah. So, what else? I mean, when I first came to America, there was a lot of things that were really, a lot of culture shock, like really some things that I've never seen before, right? Things like, freedom, like fortune cookies, right? I can guarantee you can't find any fortune cookie in entire China, okay? In China, if you want to know your fortune, you have to fucking pay, right? You want to free cookies. I can't imagine like how fortune tellers even survive in America. Like, you have to compete with free cookie, right? And like the accuracy is about the same, like 50-50. Yeah. So yeah. So and the first time I ate orange chicken, I was like totally shocked. Right? You can't find that shit in China. Like, not only there was no orange, but there was no chicken. Basically like some carbs coated with more carbs and shaped like shit. Yeah. I mean, we eat a lot of crazy stuff in China, like pig ears or some fish brain or something like that. But we eat a lot of crazy stuff. But we're not crazy enough to eat orange and no fucking chicken. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's up and downs, but in general, I'm still way happier in this country. Yeah, but the one last thing I want to tell you is that, guys, please, it's very important to wear a mask, okay? Because you don't want people to think you're a Republican, okay? Okay, yeah. Yeah, anyway, okay, thank you so much for coming. Really grateful for this chance. Yeah, so, please enjoy your night and take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for all the comments we've had on our show tonight. I want you out there in Twitch land, I just want to leave you with the thought that I personally, I accept what I look like and I'm happy with myself, but I still dream of a thigh gap. You know what I mean? I still have dreams at night where these pesky balls aren't in the way. And I have that pretty thigh gap that people are posting on the internet, I just see myself that way. I had a question just for our comics out there is, as Dr. Lee was talking about fortune tellers, are any of my fellow comics scared of Ouija boards?
Yes.
You're
What
scared of
is that?
Ouija boards? The Ouija board, it's also known as a spirit board. You put your hand on a friend.
I
and-
know. I don't want to. I don't want to open up the. I don't want to let the
Oh,
dead
sure.
people
Well-
back in.
Oh, yeah, I know that, yeah.
Well, your good friend Derek, I'm letting you know that I am your Ouija board support group. You can just reach out to me at any day or night, and I will tell you anytime that the Mattel Corporation does not have the power to channel spirits into paper. If the Mattel Corporation, the toy manufacturer, did have the power to channel spirits into ink and paper, they would do more interesting shit than sell it to you for $10. You know, they would use that power to make the Barbie dolls take over the world. You know, I promise you, Ouija boards are not going to take over the world. Okay, and I want to ask one other thing of you. Please like and subscribe to the Stab Comedy live stream. If you have an Amazon Prime membership, you can subscribe for free. So if you have a Prime membership, just click away on the Twitch buttons and find a way to like and subscribe. Thank you so much to Jesse Jones for giving us this Stab Comedy space to do this show. And thank you out there for watching. So please like and subscribe and follow our comedians. Mwah. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Love each other and make this world a better place, okay? Be positive in this dark, dark world. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Dan Smith and I thank you. Dr. Lee, Jesse Gould, Derek Gibbs, Sophia Salzi.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
That's been the Body Posse Comedy Show.
Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the Body Posi Comedy Show. One more time for Dr. Huey Lee, Dem Dix, Sophia Salzi, Jesse Gould, Dan Smith, and our host tonight, Derek Dozier. Thank you, everyone, so much. That's been our programming for this evening. If you do want to know, be up to date, get alerted immediately about when we go live here on Twitch, well, just follow. Why not? Then you'll be all the way up to date. Or, if you just want to know what's coming up at Stab, be sure to check out stabcomedytheater.com for the full calendar of events. And or if you're on Twitch, you can just scroll down and you can see the upcoming week's worth of events just below. Thank you for joining us. That'll be it for today. Check in tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're gonna give a watch party a try. It's Cinema in Place with Phantom of the Paradise. We're gonna give that a try. Then at 8 o'clock at Stephen Ferris's How Do You Get There? It's a talk show based around turn-by-turn directions. In other words, it's exactly Stephen Ferris. So, thank you guys for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Let's see where we can send our Twitch audience. Who's still doing stuff? The Blabbermouth Games guys might still be playing poker, so let's send you guys over there. Otherwise, I will see you maybe tomorrow morning if you want to do some work in office hours, but see you tomorrow night for some more shows. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for doing the show. Dr. Lee, I didn't realize you hadn't done enough. I'd have made you do the show before if I realized you were just hanging out with your family.
What?
I'm glad to make you do the show. I didn't realize you hadn't been doing shows. If you were just spending time with your family, I would have bullied you into doing comedy before.
Yeah, I'm spending most of my time doing my TikTok. Yeah, I think that's that thing is. I think you guys should really try it because on TikTok, like all the audience will turn their volume on, so they won't miss anything. It's like I tried it on Instagram.